Well, I've only been to Sónar 3 times. Came to as Masters at Work with Kenny, and this is the first time I come solo. And I'm doing a special back-to-back set with Honey Dijon. So, you know, I think it's nice to come here and do these special things because Sónar, you know, it's been around many years and it attracts a lot of people from all around the world. So it is an important event to be a part of because they unite a lot of music lovers from around the world. So I think you're gonna have some of the best audiences you can have in front of you. Well, first of all, you know, house music, being a part of New York, Chicago, of course, and Detroit, you know, we're all very influential and parts of the roots of what's happening now. You know what I mean? So it is very influential. I mean, you know, even before me, a lot of the music that was made inspired all of us to make our music, and now it inspires the youth today to make their music. I mean, I think in the 90s when we were making music, we looked at the 70s and 80s. Now people in the year 2019, I mean, are listening to the 90s, which a lot of us are a part of. So it's really nice that the youth today is embracing the sounds from the 90s. So I think house music in general, you know, has been the roots to a lot of dance music, all the different genres. For me, it's not really about Europe and America. It's about the people in front of you. It's the crowd, you know what I'm saying? It's the crowds that you have in front of me. I played in front of the best crowds in New York City, but I've also played in front of the best crowds in Johannesburg or Napoli or England and Ibiza. So, you know, it's all about the energy of the people that are with you on that dance floor. You know, that's what it is about. You know, it's really amazing what's happened. It's phenomenal. You know, I was a bedroom DJ in the Bronx, so you know, I started like every other DJ with a dream and going to see all my heroes playing big clubs in New York City and just practice my craft and collecting my music and my vinyl and who would ever think that we would be playing in a huge festival here in Spain or even going to Tokyo and Africa. You know what I mean? It's beautiful what's going on. I think that it's you know, DJing has reached heights that you know, really it's mind-boggling to me to see that, you know, one person can play in front of 20,000 people and bring out emotion, you know, and it's a beautiful thing. I think it's great, and I think now it's gone to all different levels of creativity. Well, listen, you know, yeah, the internet has given us opportunity to play at radio, streaming live, or streaming in general. It's very important because you can reach so many people. Right now I have a few shows. I have my show in New York City, which is on terrestrial radio, but it's you know, WBLS, which is, you know, the biggest black station in the nation. I'm there for nine years. I'm on House FM in London, and also in Johannesburg. I'm on Kaya FM, which are all my shows, Dance Ritual and Roots NYC Live, which I do with Kevin Hedge. And then I do also Worldwide FM for Giles Peterson once a month. But that's a special show because it's streamed live from my studio. And what I do is I have cameras all in my studio, and you're watching me play live and speaking to you through the show. So it really gives us opportunity to connect with our fans around the world and with our people, and people can hear you consistently. So it almost becomes like going to church, you know? So now a lot of people tune in, and you can also chat live, you know? So there's a lot of interaction, and who wouldn't want to be a part of that? I think that's a wonderful thing to hear one of your favorite DJs playing live for you, playing exclusives, telling you about their music, or other music, or, you know, working in the studio, you know. So I think it's a very wonderful format and a way to expose a lot of music to the world. And streaming live is very important For me, I can stream live in 1 week and I can reach 500,000 people. You know, it's like playing in 500 clubs. You understand? So just think of the logic. You're reaching 500,000 people. Even if 20,000 people of those 500,000 people go to reach out to buy your music is great. You know, so you have to look at it that way. And I'm very excited about what's happening online with radio.
So do you have a good relationship also with social media?
A very good relationship with social media. My fans around the world and people who love our music and our sound, they follow us. So they look for my shows and they are there every week. You can tell because I can see on the chat boards, you see the names of the people, you see when they tune in. You know, you get easy in one day, 30,000 to 100,000 people listening to you and watching you live. And then the link stays out there and it stays online. So it keeps building and it becomes a few 100,000 before you know it.
This is the best part of the job. What's the worst part of the job?
Worst part of a job is getting on a plane to travel. You know, when you're going from city to city, it can be exhausting. Yeah, you take 2 flights, you get to the next place, boom, new party, new people, next 2 flights or 1 flight, and you know, sometimes you don't sleep. But other than that, when you get to the place, the adrenaline is there. So you definitely have energy and it takes away from that feeling. But it's nice then you have a day off here, day off there, and hopefully it's in a nice place and you get to enjoy yourself too. Man, iconic clubs. You know, the Paradise Garage, you know, iconic club. Ministry of Sound is an iconic club, still there. After all these years, big sound system, you know, nice room, box. Another iconic club for me. There have been iconic nights, but iconic clubs, I would say yes, Paradise Garage, Ministry of Sound, Zanzibar. Those are iconic clubs for me, very special. Wonderful sound systems made by a man named Richard Long. And he also did the sound system in Zanzibar where Tony Humphries played. But, you know, very special places, part of huge movements of music and DJs that, iconic DJs that really changed ways in music and introduced new sounds. You know? Also in Chicago with Frankie Knuckles and Ron Hardy, very influential. You know, that was a different time, different era. You know, it was very special. It was a family. I think a lot of us try to create the family vibe, yes. Body and soul. If you go to any of my parties, Expansions, NYC, or Dance Ritual, you know, we have a family environment. It's really wonderful. A lot of people that come together, dancers, like real dancers. You know what I'm saying? That get into the music through dance and they're really locked in. You know, those are the people I love having because they get everybody else into it, you know? I guess the remixes that I like for Masters at Work are records that really made a difference, that when you hear the original and you hear the remix, you're like, wow, it's a whole new thing. You know, we've done that with a lot of records. To Be in Love, when you listen to the original, it's a jazz record. It's totally different. You know, we came up with that memorable bass line, the Wurlitzer riffs, the background new parts that came out. And it was all a collaboration with everybody. Myself, Kenny Dope, you know, India, Lisa Fisher, Cindy Mizell, Gene Perez, Albert Sterling Menendez. All those people were on one song. The engineers, Steve Barkin. I mean, you know, it takes a family to put something strong together. And, you know, I would say One Dream, well, that was a production. That wasn't a remix. Remixes. But, you know, I think that's it. When you can take a song and it's even in a different genre and you can make something special out of it, that's a good remix. You know, it's funny because the last couple of years, Honey had reached out because she wanted me to play at an event that she plays. She plays a party in New York City, And I've been wanting to play, but I'm always away when the party was happening or coming back the same night. You know, so it was very difficult, but it's really nice that we finally got to connect now and do this event together and play at Sónar. You know, really proud of Honey and what she's achieved and what she's doing, and she's rising very fast. You know, I'm very excited, and she deserves it. She's been working real hard for many years. But I think that tonight is going to be really special because we've never played together before. You know, we only connected, like I go to a gig and she was just playing and then I go on. That happened like 2 or 3 times this past year. You know, she was on the same gig in m2o, I think it was. No, Helsinki. It was, we were somewhere else in London. And maybe one other spot, but we've never played together before. This is the first time, and I'm really excited, and I think Honey's excited too.
Do you text with her?
Yeah, we're gonna meet tonight. We're gonna meet tonight. We're gonna have dinner.
Good.
We're gonna have dinner tonight to talk a little bit and, you know, just get excited about what's about to happen. Well, Italy, man, you know, I first went there in 1992. Napoli was one of the first places, Rome, Bari, you know, I think I did like 5 cities or something. And I've been going back ever since. What does that tell you? I love Italy. Italy's amazing. The food, you know, the landscapes, the cities, the history, the people. The people are warm and beautiful, especially the south. I have a very strong connection with the south of Italy, from Rome all the way down to the bottom of Italy. And Napoli has been a very, very big part of my life. You know, I've been going there for many years, and I have a strong connection with the people of Naples for sure. Anywhere around the world, there's always somebody that comes from Naples, you know, or a restaurant or somebody, you know what I mean? There's a connection always, but they were very strong with the house movement, especially the New York house movement. Yes, you cannot deny that. They were always loyal, you know, wonderful people, very loyal to you and your music. And you know, just yesterday, I'll give you an example. I came into town and my friend from Naples told me, Louie, go to this place. It's late, but you can have a good pizza, like Napoli style, and pasta. I said, for real? So I went. It's called Sports Bar. When I went there in Barcelona, all the people recognized me. They were Neapolitans. You know, they started playing my music. They were so nice, and you know, I didn't even have to pay for the dinner. You know what I mean? But they were sweet. They were very sweet, very nice people, and they knew the music. And they were talking about stories like when they were 14 and 15 and 16 to come hear me, and now they still hear me now, and they're in their late 30s or mid 30s, you know, mid 30s, and you know, they were saying they're coming tonight to the party. So that shows you the connection that I have with Naples. I mean, they were telling me, Louie, you know, my younger sister, when they're, you know, or brother, when they're 5, 6, 7 years old, we teach them your music. So, you know, I guess we've become a part of the history musically in Naples for underground dance culture, which is really beautiful. So Naples always has a special place in my heart. And Italy, you know, who we've been coming to for so many years. Now Anane comes out. She has a great following in Italy as well. And of course, Kenny Dope and the whole family. What's up? This is Louie Vega from Masters at Work, New Eurekan Soul and Elements of Life, representing Vega Records. You're listening to Radio m2o.
m2o.